Harmony seminar, and we're going to speak about the spiritual potential of marriage and marriage relationships, or in general companionship and deep male-female relationships. Of course, many things that we will be saying could be applied to any kind of relationship. Could be also applied to a parent-child relationship or brothers and sisters. But some aspects have to do basically with marriage relationships. Let's start off with the question, why do we enter into a marriage relationship? What are the motives? We have understood now in the seminar that we do everything that we do because we have a need which motivates us in that direction. And what are the needs which motivate us to unify our lives with another person and create an exclusive relationship with that person? One need, we'll start with the most basic needs and we'll move upward into the more spiritual needs. One of the most basic needs is material security. Especially the woman is programmed in the childhood years to believe that she is not materially secure or able to survive in this society if she doesn't have a husband. So there's a programming, a social programming, which goes deep into the subconscious mind. So one need is material security. Another need is the sexual desires, the desire to fulfill our sexual needs. And that's more easily done when we have a spouse in which we create an exclusive relationship. Many people give an exaggerated importance to that in relationships. My opinion is that there are some psychologists who believe that the success of a relationship depends on the sexual harmony between two persons. My belief is that the sexual harmony is a result of emotional and spiritual harmony between those two persons. Another need is our emotional needs, to receive affirmation, to receive love, to play the various games, emotional games, and emotional interactions which we learned as children. And often we select a spouse who is exactly like our parent, one of our parents, in order to continue playing those same games, those same ego games with another person. And we see there's often a very great similarity between one of our parents and our spouse. Another need is to belong. We have spoken about that when we spoke about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that we have a need to belong to and the need for someone to belong to us. We want to know that this person belongs to me and that I belong to him, and that there is this exclusive relationship which gives us a feeling of security and of belonging. It's one of the basic needs. On the other hand, the need for increased self-esteem and self-confidence. There is a thought form in society that if you cannot find someone who wants to be with you exclusively, then you're not worth very much. That is, you lose your self-worth. There's this thought form that says it's a shame, or it's demeaning not to be able to find someone who wants to be exclusively with you. So we get a certain amount of self-confidence and self-affirmation in being able to find a spouse. And in some societies, social pressure may also be a factor, especially for women, and especially in Mid-Eastern and Eastern countries, where it is considered very important for the woman to be married, at least before a certain age. She shouldn't be very old before she gets married. And so there are social pressures from the family who feels that their social prestige is being lessened by the fact that their daughter may not be married. Some pressure may also be put on men also. And perhaps more in the past than in the present, also people were interested in marrying into a higher social class, and it was a very important factor to which social class someone belonged in determining a spouse. So it was also a matter of rising within the social levels. Another factor is common interests that we have. We both like nature, we both like music, or we both like science, or we both like theater. There are common interests which bring us together in order to share those common interests. And one very obvious common interest is children, making children and raising children. So another factor which causes people to come together is to be able to raise children. Also, there could be a common work or a common profession. Two persons who may run a small store together, or may do scientific research together, or have an office together, or be lawyers or doctors together. So they may work together, and in working together, come to know each other and decide to unite their lives. There's another factor which we can call karma or fate, which may work independently of all of the previous. We may not be getting any of the previous things from someone, but we just may feel deeply attracted to that person, which means that there is some kind of fate, some kind of subconscious force which is pushing us towards that person to unite our lives with him or her. You'll notice that I haven't mentioned the word love until now. That is because I believe that love, real love, is only universal, and that exclusive relationships have love in them, but they're actually based on needs. And that if we examine why we select a particular person, it's because some specific needs are fulfilled by that person. Real love must be developed on a universal level, so that we will feel that same love towards all beings, but we will select a personality with whom we can attune ourselves and with whom we can live a harmonious life to be our mate. One thing is love. Another thing is the selection of a partner, a lifelong partner, which is based on various interests, that we have the same goals, the same beliefs, the same way of life that we would like to live, and there is a harmony between our personalities. Often that harmony exists in the beginning and then changes after a period of time, because one or the other changes, interests or desires or negative aspects which were not evident when we had a superficial relationship begin to become evident. That doesn't mean that the relationship should be terminated. It means that simply that those conditions of agreement existed in the beginning so that we can unite our lives with that person, and now those difficult aspects become our opportunities for growth and our opportunities for learning through the difficulties which exist.